Hello everyone, I hope you had a great start to the year because I'm back to my new creation that most of you know and may like is the infamous Iron Man Repulsor. Well, a prototype of it. So I divided it into two parts. The actual gauntlet where you put your first hand into, and the second one, the actual repulsor. Let's first start off with the gauntlet. So here I've used certain L pieces to keep my hand, to make my hand be able to slide through, like this. You can use different pieces to adjust based on your hand size or anything. I just use this because I thought it felt perfectly for my hands. Then as you can see here, these are just aesthetics. These are aesthetic. And here we actually have my hub. And we have some more blocks for aesthetic purposes. So if you're having trouble taking it out, the way I built this is these L pieces. It's connected by only one sort of red axle. So you can just take this out, easily slide your hand through, and then you can slide it here. You can do the same for the one back here, but I thought this is big enough for my hand to fit through. So then after that, you can just reattach it and set it to the side. Moving on to the repulsor. So the repulsor is also very simple. First, we have this sort of hand guard where you can slide your palm into. These two are just for aesthetics. I also use the same L pieces as I did here in the shorter versions for my hand to fit through. Then under, we have here just connecting mostly everything. And then we will also have the motor. So the way this works is, whenever you have a bullet, the motor will hit this block that has the bullet, and it'll fire. But first we need to figure out how this works. So the way it works is, as you can see here, there's some red piece that I connect to an axle. So when this is pressed, there's a spring inside of it that shoots the bullet. So with that logic in mind, I thought if I feed my bullets in, also be careful when doing this because since they are directly connected to the axles, you have to be really careful because it can go off like any second. So continuing on, with that logic in mind, when the motor, when it hits this bullet, if you can see, that may have been too fast, but if you saw there, the red part was compressed, and the spring was also compressed and shot out, thus making the bullet fly. So the same thing. So after that, you can do the same thing, but make it go anti-clockwise, and it will hit this one and send it flying. Now let's put it on and see it in action. Okay, first we must put on the gauntlet. Slide it as much as you can for your needs. Then you have to keep this on. Also, I've detached the wire so I could easily put it on. But you have to remember the slot that you put the wire in, or else the code won't work. So I had it for B, so I put it in B. I'll keep the bullets in. You have to be very careful because, as I said, the bullets are very easily get shot because I put some axles and get pressed very quickly and easily. So I'll start the code. So if I click the lock button, the left one should shoot. Let's see. It is shot. And then if I click the other one to finish it off, it also has shot. As you can see, it's very fun to play around with, and you can do it as many times as you want. All you have to do is pick up the bullets, feed it back in, and continue the process. But before I forget, let's move on to the code. So the code is very simple. As you can see, I have two blocks for each button. So if the left one is clicked, it'll play a charging sound. As you saw, after I click the button, there's some charging sound. And then the B motor should go to the shortest path, 125. This is basically when the motor comes and hits the bullet, making the other bullet fly. And then right after that, it have the laser sound, it's kind of like the pew pew sound right after it. So it's seen in sync. Right after that, the motor sets itself right back to 0. Then we have the right button. It has the same logic. The charging sound. It goes to position 35 to hit the other bullet, and then it goes back to position 0. Simple. So the code is also very simple. You can even tinker it more if you want to have more precise, or if you tinker with it however you want it. I thought this was the most simple way, and I kept it like that. Thank you, and stay tuned for more videos.